What's going on? It wouldn't be my video if I didn't stumble over my words at the very beginning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Harrison Putnam, and normally on Thursday nights, for the last 6 weeks, I've been recording my weekly kind of news recap show called The Gamer Show. That I usually stream and kind of premiere it on YouTube around 7 a.m. And the idea of it being like a 30 to 45 minute morning show. But to be honest, this week I'm a little bit tired. It, Probably the worst week to do it because Gamescom has had a ton of news. Um, a bunch of different trailers and stuff that I have not seen yet, and I want to watch. But I want to talk about. So if you can, again, check out the Gamer Show. I've got 6 episodes ready to go, where I talk about games I've been playing and other various topics and stuff. So that would be much appreciated. But it's been a while since I've done kind of this style of video, and I definitely want to get back into them. I've kind of been taking a break with doing the podcast and my gaming podcast and the Gamer Show. So I want to get back to this and do more of like one topic video kind of discussion. So Sony PlayStation. People are gonna hate me for saying it, but I feel like they're taking the L this generation. They are for sure taking the loss. Um, I think obviously I'm saying this because of the PlayStation 5 increase that they got going on. I believe it's just a $50 increase. Pretty much in every major area outside of the U.S., Europe, Canada, Mexico, Australia, Asia. Oddly enough, they didn't do the U.S. I don't know if they don't want. I think the U.S. is probably their biggest market for the PlayStation 5, so that makes sense that they don't want to increase the price. I don't know how it is outside of the U.S., but it's still impossible to find a PS5 anywhere. I've never seen one in stores. I've never seen a Series X, but I see a ton of Series S's all the time. But so they just can't keep them in the store. I don't know if U.S. gamers would just absolutely riot in this case, but yeah, Sony is just increasingly anti-consumer, and say what you want about how they about their first party games and how they're focused on story, first not first person, just story based games with very little to no multiplayer. So obviously at the generation there was the price increase for games, up to $70. Xbox has not done that. A couple of other third party companies have done that. EA, um, I think Activision maybe, but I mean they're getting acquired by Microsoft, so that'll stop. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if Call of Duty has been $70 yet, but that's besides the point. So obviously, with Sony's PlayStation games, they're expensive to make. And they're single player games. They sell pretty well. But there's no revenue outside of that. Like Xbox with like Forza and Halo. There's outside revenue. It's free to play. There's microtransactions and skins and all that stuff. So that's a lot of Xbox's games. So I get it. I get the increase. I'm not necessarily mad when they announce that. Now, some games do I think should be $70. The Last of Us Part One remake. I don't think this game should exist at all. I've if you know me or listen to my podcast, you already know how I feel about that remake. And it's $70, dude. Like, no, that's just greedy at that point. It's not even anti-consumer. It's just pure greed. I genuinely hope that game does not sell. I feel for the developers, obviously, that work on it. Because Naughty Dog has probably got some of their up and coming developers that say, hey, let's get used to our engine, get used to the tech, work on this, and then we can transition you on to, whatever the next game is from Naughty Dog. So I get it. I get why it was made, but again, $70. I don't know. I hope it fails. I know I don't say that too often, but this is like just the kind of one of the worst like greed, uh, money hungry things I've seen from PlayStation in a while. Um, I think it'll eventually come to PS Plus, but that'll probably be down the line after the initial sales drop off. But so yeah, we've got the price increase, which they say it's due to inflation and all that stuff. Um, and Sony they're a much smaller company than Microsoft. Xbox has the parent company Microsoft that they can kind of rely on for additional funds, so they don't have so they can kind of pour money into getting the extra chips to get these consoles made and get them out the door. I think at this point, I think PlayStation's right around 20 million PS5 sold. I bet the Xbox Series X and S are very close to that margin. So sales wise, I think they're very close. There's probably more Series S's out there than Series X's just because of I personally just see them all the time, like going to Walmart and stuff like that, Target. So and then you got um PS Plus obviously got the big increase. And a lot of people weren't super happy about that with just the different tiers, and it just I personally haven't played it or haven't used it yet, and I probably don't plan on using it for a while until it just gets better. They everyone I guess everyone thought it was gonna be like the Game Pass competitor, but it's just not. It's just really just an increase in PlayStation Plus with some additional perks that, from what I've heard, are just not super awesome. So take my opinion for what it is. I have not actually used this service, but that being said, of all the podcasts I listen to, people that I talk to, it's just not that great. So again, we're still early in the generation, but PlayStation has been kind of taken. I don't know. I'm not liking this era of PlayStation. They feel anti-consumer. There will be people that will be like, oh, it was actually a good thing that the PlayStation increased, blah blah blah, whatever the case is. Correct me if I'm wrong. This may be the first time a video game console has been increased during its life cycle. I know there's obviously been decreases. PlayStation 3 launched like $600, and then I think it dropped down to like five when that first came out back in 2006 or seven. Um, so yeah, I just, and this isn't me throwing shade at PlayStation because I think Xbox is better. I just generally feel like Xbox brand is just doing everything right. Yeah, you could still say there's hardly any first party games. Wait until next year is what I have to say. So it'll come. It'll just take some time. But Game Pass has been killing it. Just every move that Xbox is, they're going in the consumer direction, the friendly consumer direction. Obviously, they want to make money at the end of the day, like every other company. But PlayStation seems to just taking it back. Excuse my dog in the background. They just feel very anti-consumer, and I really hope they kind of change that narrative as the generation goes on, because it's a really huge bummer. Now, of course, I still want to get a PS5. I don't have one yet. I want to play God of War on the PS5, but yeah, I'm not very happy. I'm not very pleased with what Sony has been doing with the PlayStation brand. So, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Are you on the other end of the spectrum? People are out there. They love their consoles and will kind of die by their flaws and just kind of go to the grave with the choices that these companies are making. So, yeah, just let me know. And if you guys have stuck around this long, please give the video a like. You might as well. And subscribe to the channel if you can. I'm on the road to 100 followers. I think we can get to it by the end of the year. I think that would be super awesome. And yeah, check out my gaming podcast, Gaming with the Broscast. It's on every streaming platform out there. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.